Hello and welcome to Matt's Casual Cooking. Today we are going to be making Double Chocolate Biscotti, a very fun and tasty, easy recipe that you can make for any time of year, but definitely really good for, your breakfasts. So we're going to go over all the ingredients and how to put it together, and let's get to it. Alright folks, so we're going to go over the ingredients that you're going to need today. Now for starters, initially in the bowl, we're going to put a half a cup of butter, softened, 2/3 of a cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of unsweetened cacao powder, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now we're going to set aside 2 eggs, 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Then we're also going to need 3/4 cup of white baking pieces or chips, and also half a cup of either large semi-sweet chocolate pieces or just regular chocolate pieces. So we're going to go over the first bowl here in a minute, and I will see you then. Alright folks, so what I have in my stand mixer, or if you don't have a stand mixer, just get out a decent sized bowl and use your electric hand mixer. We're going to use, like I said, you're going to do the butter, the sugar, the cacao powder, and the baking powder and put it together. And just go ahead and turn it on, just probably like to maybe medium. And you're just going to combine everything together and just make sure it's beat together pretty well. And you might have to scrape the sides a little bit to get it in there, but once that's done, we'll move on to the next step. So I'll see you then. Alright folks, so you can see we are done initially, and you can see the butter and all the dry ingredients are pretty well combined. Now what I've done here, it's a little hard to see. What you want to do next is just go ahead and add both your eggs to this and then just beat it together till it's combined. And then once that's done, we'll move on to the next step. So I will see you then. Alright folks, so we're done, and you're going to be able to tell it's done. It's going to be pretty wet and pretty well combined with the eggs. So all we're going to do now is take your flour and just add it in. You don't have to add this in necessarily in batches because it's really not overall a lot of flour. But what you want to do is beat in as much as you can, and then if there's any left that you're not able to, just go ahead and stir it in by hand. So go ahead and do that. We'll move on to the next step. So I will see you then. Alright folks, so you can see the dough is done, and what you just want to do, go ahead and add in your chocolate chips, and just go ahead and combine. It's a weird angle for me to combine, but yeah, just go ahead and combine the dough and the chocolate chips together. And then once that's done, what you want to do is we're going to put it out on a work surface. We don't necessarily need to flour it, but go ahead, put it out on a work surface, and we will go from there. So I will see you then. Alright folks, so what you can see I've done already is you want to get out a baking sheet and you just want to lightly grease it. And then what I did is, the dough is kind of sticky, but that's okay. It's not like you have to work with it a lot. Just kind of form it at least into a 9-inch kind of square, and you're going to want to make sure it's at least 2 inches across. Now if you haven't done that here, you can put it on the baking sheet and just press it down with like a spatula, then just go ahead and add it to it. So now what we're going to do, and there's a lot of extra chocolate there still on this sheet to add, so go ahead and do that. And you can see it's got some pretty good spacing in between it. And what we're going to do is turn your oven to 375, and we're going to bake this for 20 to 25 minutes, or until you put like a toothpick or a butter knife in it and it comes out clean. And then once that's done, you're going to cool it for 1 hour on the cookie sheet. Now, if you're doing this at night after you've baked it and it's been cooled, you can wrap it in plastic wrap for overnight, but we are going to have to cook it again afterwards. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you after it's all done initially cooking. So I'll see you then. All right, folks, so you can see we are done here. So what I've done is I've already cut one up, and what you want to do is get out an ungreased baking sheet, and you want to cut your biscotti into about 1/2 inch pieces, and then you want to set them just on one of the cut sides down. And you want to get out a good serrated blade like a bread knife. That will work really the best here for that. These are pretty hard. So go ahead, just put it down, and that's really all you got to do. So what you do want to do then is go ahead and turn your oven to 325, and we're just going to cook it for 8 minutes, really no more, no less. After that, they're going to be done. You don't have to let them cool for an hour or anything like that. Just take them out, let them cool for, like maybe 5-10 minutes before you eat one. So once that's done, I will see you at the end. All right, folks. So I did forget to mention, after you cook these at 8 minutes, you actually want to flip them over if they've got a cut edge and cook them about another 7 to 9 minutes until they're kind of dried out a little bit. And you can see this one is, because it's kind of broken. But that's okay, and I will put a comment in the prior area for you, so please be on the lookout for that. So if you did enjoy making these today, and they are very tasty and you will very much enjoy them, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment below. I'd like to know what you think of these. And I want to thank you for watching, and come back next week for another fun food journey with me. So I will see you then.